Hi, I'm Shani Brinkley. I'm a holistic health and well-being coach, and I love helping tired sisters get back their self-care. As women, we are pulled from so many directions, our families, our children, work. We're left at the bottom. And that was me. Let me show you how I started. This is me. On the left, college student with a daughter on her hip. I ate to fill every void possible, the loss of my mom, the stress of being a single parent, working and going to school and raising my daughter meant that I stress ate, I did not take care of myself, and I blossomed to over 253 pounds. The crazy thing is that my daughter watched me through that process and she made a different choice. She decided not to eat. So the thing about it is our children see everything we do, and the things that we don't think they hear from us, they see from our facial expressions. Let me show you. So if you're looking in the mirror and you're frowning and you're pulling on things, they see that and they process it. So what I did, I said, look, it's time for me to get myself together, to take care of myself, put some self-care in, and decided to change my eating habits, my wellness practices, incorporated all types of different tools and strategies, and I lost over 75 pounds. It took over 2 years. It was a slow and steady pace, but I did it. Fast forward years later, I moved to Abu Dhabi, and I brought all of my health and well-being coach and love for women, self-care for tired sisters, along with me. And on the right are some of the ladies that were in my Women's Fit show. It's an international event that showcases your transformation, your healthy habits. We celebrate your journey. So from me being a stressed out single parent, overeating, eating my feelings, not having any real self-care because I was stressed and pulled and out of balance, to getting myself sorted, putting some wellness in. Self-care was number one. That's my oxygen mask. And then helping and inspiring hundreds of women. So I would love to help you. Let's begin. Thank you. So we're talking about today, turn up your inner voice. Let's talk about what is your inner voice. Your inner voice is that knowing inside of you. It's that little voice in your ear that whispers to you. The good voice. The one that makes you say, maybe I shouldn't go down that road. Or, wow, I have this idea to start a new business. I'm going to turn on the TV at the exact right time and hear the exact word that I need. That's your inner voice, your inner knowing. Thank you. And what happens is that a lot of times we don't know how to listen to that inner voice. We've been pulled and going in so many different places, and we've been also been fed so much information. Think about it. You are watching television, so that's someone telling you about the news, about what's happening. Books are giving you information. You have family and friends that are also telling you, giving you information. How do you sort through all that noise to get your own discernment? If you've been someone that's haven't been listening to her inner voice because it's been so clogged, how do you do that? Let's begin. Thank you. So let's start by setting an intention. An intention is basically a statement. It's an affirmation. It's something that you say, I'm going to do this. So the first thing about turning up your inner voice and listening is saying, I'm going to listen. I'm setting intention that today I will listen to my inner voice. Today I will learn what my inner voice is. Set that intention, make that statement, because once you make that statement, you're basically saying, this is what I am going to do. And then everything else follows. So in order to get to that part of how to hear your inner voice, you have to clear out the noise. We have so much noise happening. There's so much coming at us that we have to clear it out. How many of us spend 5 minutes to ourselves? Raise your hand. 10 minutes. How about 15 minutes? Just to yourself, sitting still, not on your phone, not watching television, not having a conversation, just literally 5 minutes quiet time. If that's you, you're on your way. If you're up to 15, you are well on your way to clearing out the noise and listening. But if you haven't even spent 30 seconds listening to yourself, being still, let's start there. So stillness creates the opportunity for yourself to receive, for you to receive. And let's do that. I'm going to show you 2 techniques that I love to show my clients on how to clear out the noise and tune into themselves, and also create a stillness and an openness to hear your inner voice. Okay, so let's begin. The first technique is called whoosh. Whoosh is a breathing technique that I love to learn. And I'm going to show you this without the slide. It's just going to be me and you talking. Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's by Dr. Andrew Well. He developed it, and it's super simple. And literally, my clients teach their students, they teach their kids, they teach their spouses. It is transformative. And it's called whoosh. So it's, you breathe in for 4, you hold it for 3, and you're out for 7. And when you breathe out for 7, it's a whoosh. With that whoosh, you're letting everything go. You're letting it out. You're letting it just go. All of it. Let it go on to the ground, okay? I recommend you do at least 3. You can do 10. You can do 20. But do at least 3. And let me just tell you what this breathing technique has been shown to do. Lower your blood pressure. It takes you out of the hormone imbalance of fight or flight, okay? So you start regulating your cortisol. Any ladies or any guys that want to get rid of belly fat, you got to get your cortisol levels together. So this will help you with that. It also helps you sleep more. And let me just say another benefit. You clear out your head. So let's say something's happening and someone has cut you off or is in the store and are not wearing a mask, and you're like, oh my goodness. And you're having a reaction. You may be anxious, angry, frustrated. When you breathe and you whoosh it out, it brings you back to center. It brings you back to you. And it brings you back to rational thought. And boy, do we need that in these days and times. We need every rational thought there is, okay? So we're going to do 3 together. Please do it with me. You'll get so much more from doing it with me. All right. So remember, we breathe in for 4, we hold it for 3, and we're out for 7. And it's a whoosh. Okay, so let's do it together. Breathe in for 4. Hold it for 3. 1, 2, 3. Out for 7. Whoosh. Feeling a little better? All right, let's do it 2 more times. Okay, breathing in for 4. Hold it for 3. Out for 7. Whoosh. One more time. Breathe in for 4. That is called whoosh. 4, 3, 7. Easy breezy. How do you feel now? Are you feeling a little more relaxed, a little less cluttered and clogged? That's one of the easiest ways you can clear out the noise and tune into yourself. Also, a simple pad and paper, and you write down everything that's on your brain, everything that you're thinking of. It's called a brain dump. It's been really transformative. One way to use this strategy is in the morning. So you dump your brain, you write it all out, you write everything out that's in your brain, you dump it so it's no longer cluttering your head, and then you choose 3 things off the list to tackle today. That also helps you clear out the noise. One thing I did to help, because I'm, as a transformational coach, and really invested in my self-care and my client's self-care, and because things were just so rocky with me, I said, look, I want to take it next level. So I've done the meditation, the whoosh is awesome, took some courses. I decided with my girlfriend to go see Tony Robbins. Have you heard of Tony before? If you have, to say yes in the chat. Raise your hand. Yes, Tony Robbins, transformational coach extraordinaire. And he has this conference called Unleash Your Power, literally, unleash your power, okay? That's what it's about. So I want to unleash my power because I know I have it and so do you. But I need to get rid of some of that gook, right? You know, some of that gook that's clouding my power and clouding my inner voice and clouding me standing up in the world. So he had his Unleash the Power in my hometown of New Jersey. And I went with my girlfriend. I convinced her, we said, let's do this. Do you know that at the end of the night, he told us this, we were going to walk on hot coals, 1,600 degree hot coals with no shoes on, no shoes, your bare feet, okay? And I said, I don't have shoe feet, so my feet are pretty. I do not want to walk on 1,600 degree hot coals. How are you going to do that and not burn your feet? And lo and behold, I did it. And let me tell you the steps to get there, and I'll take you through that process. Firstly, Tony took us through this whole process of our negative beliefs. What are the stories that are holding you back? So I have stories about being a single mom. I have stories about my mother transcending when I was a young woman. I had a newborn, literally. And so there's a lot of stories and a lot of pain attached to that. Going being a college student, leaving my favorite Black school to now being pregnant and single, to now go to a local college. It was awesome. I'm grateful. But that was a story. And that was a transition in my life. Some pain I was holding on to because I didn't get to do the college thing. Well, actually I did, but it turned out a different way. There's a lot of stories, being overweight most of my life. Like, I can go on and on. I'm not going to do that. You have your stories too. We all have our limiting beliefs. And what Tony does is, and I one thing I would love for you to do is kind of start writing some of that stuff down. It would help to put it on paper. That also clears out the noise because there's a lot of negative critics happening in our brains that is past stories that we have continued to give energy to, that now this is a story and a belief system that limits our power and it limits listening. Just to tell you another strategy. Went through this whole process of limiting belief. If y'all would have seen me, y'all would be like, is she okay? Because I was in a fetal position at one point, crying, snot, you know that snot cry? that it's coming down and you can't, I have a tissue. I'm feeling it because he took it to the point of, this is your limited belief. What would be the worst thing that ever happened to you? I want you to feel that. Can you imagine what that does to you? It's so disruptive. It's disruptive because you have to disrupt yourself sometimes. You have to shake it up in order to create something new. So I was disrupted. I was in fetal position, snot, tears, and agonizing because I felt the worst thing that could ever happen. I felt it. I was there. I lived it. I breathed it. My girlfriend, and this is a huge stadium, so imagine, like, that's where your vanity goes out the door because there's no vanity. Everyone's going through the same process. So there's no like, oh my God, somebody's looking at me. No, I'm invested in my transformation. I'm invested in my comeback. I'm invested in reaching another level. So I'm going to do what I have to do. My girlfriend even looked back and was like, are you okay, girl? Because I was just like, and I'm in that space. So he took it to this whole process of releasing so you can be prepared to be on your highest level. Because remember, at the end of the night, we're walking, those who choose to, 1,600 degree hot coals. And let me just tell you, my brother worked for the place where it was held. And he said, Shani, they were real hot coals. So there wasn't a fake thing. But one thing I did was I looked on the line and I saw Oprah did it. I said, if Oprah could do it, I could do it, right? Like, I'm Oprah, right? Not really. But the point was someone else had done it before me. And that's another beautiful thing. When you see someone else has set the path, has set this the pathway for you. So it's like, all I gotta do is follow them. They already laid it out. This is what worked for them. That's the beautiful, beautiful thing about having a coach and also having mentors and having goals and looking forward is seeing the path already laid out for you. Why reinvent it? They've already done that. So that was also got me, okay, I can do this, I can do this. So went through this whole agonizing process, right? Now we're getting to, it was hours of this. Now it's a stadium full of people, well over, 5,000, maybe even more, maybe close to 10,000 people. As we're getting to, we have to go down these stairs. It's literally a sea of folks coming down the stairway. And, everyone's talking. We're getting ourselves, either you're going to psych yourself in or you're going to psych yourself out. Before we even left the stadium, before we even left where we were walking out of, folks that I came with, that how you form your little family when you're 3 days going through these different experiences with people, you kind of form your own family. So some of my family, decided they weren't even going to even attempt the hot coals. They had already checked out. They said, when they heard about it, they was like, hot coals, what? I'm going to go home to my hotel room. Thank you so much. So as the sea of people is coming down, you see people going left and people going right, and also people going forward. Guess what group I was with? Forward. And this process, what Tony told us, you had to learn a power move. You had to learn a saying that you would be able to say through anything and get yourself back to like if you're sitting here kind of sad and not feeling your best, this move here, it's gonna get you right. So mine is like this. I'm all in. I'm kinesthetic. You can see I use my hands. So I shine brightly. I am powerful. I shine brightly. I am powerful. Because the thing is, as a woman and a woman of color and a single teenage mom, a lot of times we're told to be small. Shani, you talking too much. Shani, nobody want to hear that. Shani, children should be seen and not heard. Shani, why don't you go over there? So these are some of the messages and many more that I was told and also empowering messages. I'm not saying that was all I heard, but for some reason, the negative stuff kind of gets in your soul and gets in your spirit. And you can see kids, when they're little, they are everything. And you hope that they continue with that confidence. But sometimes things change and kind of knock you down a little bit. So that was me. I knew I have powers and gifts and abilities and need to shine, but shining just a little bit above some other folks, but not enough to own Shani and her power. And I want you so much to own your power. Owning your power starts with listening to your inner voice. Okay, so my power move, remember, I am powerful. I am powerful. I shine brightly. So instead of having these conversations with over here and over here, I'm having a conversation with myself because needed to stay in the zone. Stay in the zone. This is tunnel vision. I'm going to walk on 1,600-degree hot coals. That's what I'm going to do. So that means I got to get psyched for that, because if you're not in the zone, your feet will burn. If you're thinking I'm walking on 1,600-degree hot coals, I'm going to have those shoe feet I don't want. And that's going to be a real problem. So in order for me to get into the zone, I am powerful. I'm walking. I am powerful. And I'm just following the crowd. Usually I'm looking around, trying to see what's good, what's happening, where's the shorter line. No, I have to be in the zone. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. Okay, so I get up to the front. It's my turn. The lady gives us instructions, and they tell you, make sure you get all the way across before you get out of your zone, because you're putting yourself into a trance. Have you ever been in a trance before? And if you say no, let me just ask you this. Have there been times when you've gotten home and you forgot how you did it because it's so routine? You got to work, you're like, dang, I didn't remember leaving my house because it's so routine. That's being in a trance. A lot of times we're in a trance with our thought process, with things we've heard, and just routines. We don't even realize it. But that also means that you can put yourself in a trance for something, for your transformation. You can put yourself in the mindset of your transformation. And that's what I was doing. So I get there. Now, of course, I wanted a video because, Instagram, save it. And the lady in front of the person that was helping her, she said, okay, miss, no. Focus on getting through. Just for a minute, I got out of my trance. I'm going to be authentic and honest. And so she said, no, I'm not going to be your cameraman, but you're going to get through this. Focus on your power word, get in a trance, and do it. So I walked across expeditiously, no delay, no slow stroll, and then got off the mat and then release. So the whole time, I am powerful, 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 I am powerful. Got off and release, 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 release. Your breakthrough and your transformation is going to shake you up. There's going to be tears. There's going to be uncomfortableness. All that's going to happen, but it's so important. Once I walked on hot coals, I know I can walk on hot coals, which means I can use the power of my mind, some great instruction, release of limiting beliefs, and do anything I put my mind to. Now, I'm not telling you you need to walk on hot coals. If you want to, I know Tony does it all around the world. But the point is, set yourself up for success. When you clear out the noise and the clutter, your intuition, your inner voice is so much louder. So, Tony Robbins, so let's go over. Your inner voice is your inner knowing. How to do it, you clear it out. 4, 3, 7, whoosh. Writing down all that brain dump. Also doing something transformational. You can literally do something that, like Tony Robbins, like going to that conference or anything else. Literally writing down your limiting beliefs is transformational and say, I'm going to work on this one today. And lastly, what I want you to do is test it. So there's a part of me that is this little girl that you said this is what it is? Really? Let me see if you're for real. So I like to test things. I want you to test out your intuition. Because I can tell you, listen to it, I can say go for it, but you got to find out on your own what it sounds like and what it feels like to be connected to your intuition, your inner voice. If I say test it out, go in and stand at the street and say, hey, should I go left or should I go right? Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, feel into it and see what is your intuition telling you to do. Make a decision. You can also do the opposite and see what happens. So sometimes we got to learn a hard way or just, our own way. And intuition said left, but I'm going to go right and let's just see what happens. Because it also gives you kind of a litmus test of why it's important to tune in. I would love for you to try it. Now, if you do, I hope you do, tag me on IG at Future Wellness. You can also find my before and my after video from going to Tony Robbins is right there. You can see the emotion and I experience in the transformation. So test it out. Lastly, this is my last slide. I just want you to know that you are on purpose. However you decide to go about tuning into your intuition. The last slide, you are on purpose. So however you decide to tune into your intuition, whether it be through prayer, through meditation, stillness, through walking on hot coals, whatever it is, you are on purpose. You are on purpose. Everything you do is 100% correct. There's nothing you can do differently. There's nothing you should be differently. You being here means you are on purpose. Give yourself just a little bit of grace. Give yourself a little grace. I thank you so much for sharing this time with me. And I so appreciate you guys for going on this journey. And I hope that you decide to tune up your inner voice and clear out the clutter. Because let me just tell you, as someone who lived overseas twice for over 6 years, raised a college graduate as a single mom, helped over 300 women release fat, feel great, stand up and in their power. You can do it too, because you are on purpose. I'm Shani Brinkley. I'm so grateful for this time we spent today. You can follow me on IG at Feed Your Wellness, info at Feed Your Wellness. Have an absolutely beautiful day. Peace.